They put these flow agents in like magnesium stearate, which if you have that in a supplement, you know what that does? It blocks absorption of nutrients. Why would you put something in a supplement to block the absorption of it?
Yeah.
But they do. And that can come from diseased cow hides as well. Gross, right? Or if it's a plant-based, it could become from genetically modified corn or soy. Ooh, more formaldehyde. Thank you. All I am is somebody that I just want the truth. I want to get to the bottom of things. I don't know everything. That's all I know is I don't know anything, and I got a lot to learn. And I keep in that space. Because as soon as I think I know everything, you close off growth. You have to be open-minded. And you have to get first-person experience. Don't believe what I say. If I said something that makes sense, go do it and see if it actually works for you. Make sure you do it correctly. That would be important. But, okay, so we educate. We do coaching, group coaching, one-on-one, all that kind of stuff. And then we have part of our toolkit, our supplements. And originally, I was just going to heal myself with whole food. But then when I realized that 85% of the nutrients were farmed out of the soil today, even if I was eating healthier organic stuff, it's still, if it's missing in the soil, it's not going to be in the plant. It won't be in me. Or if it's not in the soil, it's not in the plant, or the animal ate the plant if you're going to eat that animal. So there's a breakdown. So literally, pretty much, maybe not your crowd, but most of the people in America, especially Canada and places like the Ireland, we're literally walking around on 15% fuel. And then the mechanisms inside of us to get the fuel into the cell are plugged up. So we're zombies. So what's happening is we are literally malnourished, no different than a starving African. And that doesn't, and you can have a big old beer belly, you're malnourished. You can be fit with a six-pack and you can be malnourished. And how do I know this? Because for the last 12 years, I've been on a mission to see how healthy I can get. And as I keep thinking I can't get any healthier, and then I find some new thing. I'm whoa, and my health just keeps going up and up. I'm like, I'm rock climbing, I'm trail running. I'm 50. I'm pretty much 50. I have a 22-year-old and a 20-year-old son, and they for some stuff they can't keep up with me. Trail running, I blow them away. I'm twice their age. I like that, and I'm because I lead by example, right? So I do it because I want to be as healthy and fit and loving and as I can for myself. But I want to be an example to my children. All right, so the supplements are this. So we started off with our first product was called Green 85. It replaces that 85% of nutrients in the soil. You guys see tons of green powders and stuff out there. There's some good ones out there. Any green powder that you put in your body is good because you're so freaking deficient. You're going to get a benefit. The difference is with me is I'm fanatical, and I have a doctor on staff who's also fanatical, and he's a master herbalist in Indian herbology, Chinese herbology, and Western herbology. He's Dr. Scott Treadway. He's a former Marine veteran as well, and he's cool, and he's in his 70s. He's really healthy. Our formula is based on 10,000 years of Ayurvedic system, biological system science. So he already knows how it's going to work, right, before it goes into the human body. And our stuff works up the middle for about 98% of people. Our greens, what I'll tell you is that they're juice concentrates. I spare no expense because I put the stuff in my body, and you just have to compare it. But I've had many people say, wow, I bought brands that are more expensive than yours, and yours is better. You typically will have to buy 3 to 6 cans of other ones to even get close to the nutrient profile in ours, just to give an example. So from that, then we started launching other products. But the thing with supplements is they have to be clean. They have to be nature. They have to be formulated properly. You can't just throw some crap in there because it's all the buzzwords. And we see this a lot where people are like, ooh, turmeric's good and ashwagandha's good and this is good. And they just throw it into a can and they've got great sales pages and marketers and they sell to you. And yeah, you're going to feel better probably. Right. Because again, you're so deficient. You're running around on 15% octane.
Right.
But is it the best thing you could do? And is that long term? Has it been thought out? Should you have that every day long term? Maybe, maybe not. Right. So having something that's well thought out is very important to me. So one thing I want to talk about, though, is our products, I'll just tell you, I've been very humble about them for a long time, but I'm finally getting to the point. I've helped 12 other supplement companies get their act cleaned up just from talking to the owners. They weren't bad people, but they didn't even know what was going on. They were just busy running the business and doing other stuff. Our products are freaking awesome. Okay. We offer a double your money back guarantee on all of our products. Double. Why do I do that? Because I know they're going to work for 98% of you up the middle.
Right.
And we have all kinds of cool stuff that can work on yeast, fungus, and mold. Our silver products, if anybody listening has been into colloidal silver, Our electric silver products or gel in our solution, complete breakthrough. There's no point in taking colloidal silver anymore. It's done. And I was a big promoter to colloidal silver. We have a tincture, a turmeric tincture that's 185-fold more anti-inflammatory than any turmeric that people are taking.
Wow.
We have a proprietary cellular absorption system that we did. And I saw this on a study and I said, Dr. Stradaway, can we do this? Can you read what they're doing? 63 people, they were able to get 185 times the anti-inflammatory action. So it absorbs through the mucous membrane in the mouth, goes directly into the blood and directly into the cell, and it goes right into the blood-brain barrier. So it helps people with brain issues as well too.
Wow.
Swelling in the brain and all this kind of stuff. We have functional medicine clinics using it as their go-to for anti-inflammatory.
Wow.
Pain. It's also where I built it for cellular reducing cellular inflammation, but it also works for joint pain, back pain, all that kind of stuff. But so our products are very well formulated. The thing you have to understand about is that 92% of supplements are synthetic on the market. That means they're chemicals, and they're supposedly equivalent. Well, I'm here to tell you that the vitamin C from a camu berry or rose hips or the Arceola cherry is not the same as ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is a synthetic derivative. I actually saw a book, I read it, called Supplements Exposed, and there was a picture of the energetics of ascorbic acid and the energetics of, like, from a camu berry as an example. And if you can put that book in front of any child and say, which one do you like better? Every single time a 6-year-old will go, boop, and they'll pick the one that's natural. We have the intelligence in us. We know this stuff, but we have these really smart people telling us that it's equivalent.
Yeah.
And so we're going to enrich your children's cereal with it. It shouldn't say enriched with vitamins. It should be sprayed with chemicals. If your cereal said sprayed with chemicals, nobody would buy it.
Right.
But the wording's different. But that's exactly what it is. It's sprayed with chemicals. And you're buying it for your children because they're like, I want the Cocoa Puffs. I mean, believe me, I love Captain Crunch, peanut butter. Yeah. I mean, I eat the shit out of that. But it's not good for you, right? It's not good for your children. And it's got genetically modified wheat and all this other crap in it, right?
Yeah.
So when you're looking at supplements, look at your labels. You have to read the labels. Don't read the front. And look. And if you have a multivitamin and you see ascorbic acid for vitamin C, you're out. You're done.
Yeah.
You're done. You can't. What that is, even if the rest of it's awesome and they've got awesome herbs and stuff in there, that would be like having a really good brownie recipe. You won state championships. You're going to nationals. Maybe your mom has this championship brownie recipe. I got to tell the story because it's kind of funny. So this woman literally does have this state champion brownie recipe. She's getting ready to go to nationals. Her daughter's 16. She comes in with her friend, and she's making another batch. She's working. So when she gets there, she's going to win, right? And everybody loves her brownies. She's like, hey, Mom, guess what? Sarah and I, we're going to go to watch this movie. And her mom, she knew it. She's like, what's it rated? Well, I knew you were going to ask that. And it's rated R, but it's a completely wholesome movie. There's like brief nudity. Like this guy walks by and you see a butt cheek and there's like one cuss word. That's it. And her mom's like talking about it. And finally she's like, okay, you can go. She's so excited. She can't believe it because her mom there's no way her mom would let her. She already knew she wasn't going to let her. And she's like, oh my God. And her friend are like so excited because everybody's going. Everybody in town saw it. This is so amazing. She goes, but I have one stipulation first. And she's like, oh no, I knew it. What is it? Well, you and your friend have to eat one of my brownies before you go to the movie. They kind of look at each other like, okay. And they were wanting to eat one anyway. They start grabbing it. She's now, hold on a second. Just so you know, these brownies are just a little different than normal. It's the same exact recipe. I really haven't changed anything except I put in one new ingredient. And she's like, well, what is it? Well, and I didn't put much in, just a little teeny bit, not much, just a teeny tiny bit of cat poop.
What?
And the girls are like, oh my God, this is gross. And they threw the brownie down. We're not going to eat that. And she's like, well, why not? She's because it's got cat poop. But just a tiny bit, her mom says. You won't even taste it. You won't even know it. That is gross, Mom. We're never going to eat it. That's disgusting. And she goes, well, now I guess you understand my point. And this is why you're not going to watch that stupid movie. Because you're 16, it's 18 and over, it's rated R. And even though it has one cuss word and some brief nudity in it, it has tainted that entire movie and your eyes don't need to see it. Oh, and that's exactly what I believe in food products and drink products and supplements, because supplements are food, or they should be food. They should be food and herbs, which are food. And you can have a great formula. And we actually see this. We see first you have 92% that are synthetic. Then you have the 8% that are food-based. But of those, there's a large percentage of them that also have synthetics in them. They're mixed, right? And then you have that very small amount, very tiny amount. They're like my products. They're whole food and just herbs. But there's these things called other ingredients. The umbrella term is called excipients, binders, fillers, and flow agents. Let me explain. A flow agent as an example. Well, how do they make these things? How do they put them in the capsule? They have encapsulation machines. They have to take the raw materials, run them through these machines to get them into a capsule and close them up. But the raw materials can cake up when they're natural. So what do? They have to put flow agents in to get them to flow into the capsule for speed of production. Now the manufacturing facilities, they just want to get the pills out the door. And the more pills they can get out in the door in the day, the more profit there is. Again, back to the broken model where it's profit only, where it should be profit and planet and people. That should be equal weight. So they put these flow agents in like magnesium stearate, which if you have that in a supplement, you know what that does? It blocks absorption of nutrients. Why would you put something in a supplement to block the absorption of it?
Yeah.
But they do. And that can come from diseased cowhides as well. Gross, right? Or if it's a plant-based, it could become from genetically modified corn or soy. Ooh, more formaldehyde. Thank you.